So you have a rental property that you're maybe fixing up after an old tenant just left, and maybe you have it listed online to kind of get some interest for it, or maybe you have it as coming soon or whatever. But let's say that people want to come see it when the property is not 110% done yet, right? Maybe you're, I don't know, redoing a kitchen, doing something, right? And you got some people that are interested in seeing it. Do you let those people see it before it's done? Usually not, right? But sometimes, let's say that you're not doing like a full rehab, right? Sometimes, depending on the area, right? This is all like area dependent and tenant dependent, and property dependent, right? We list properties for rent when the current tenants give us the 30-day notice, right? Mostly, we usually just do this with houses. And why do we do that, right? Usually, let's say houses, you can usually do a turn where the person leaves and maybe a few days later you have a new person move in, right? So you can essentially get your vacancy down to zero. But again, this is all dependent on the area, and it also really depends on if it's like a quick turn where you just got to do like some light touch up, maybe a quick cleaning, or if you have to do a bunch of work to it, right? Because if you got someone locked in and then you're like, yeah, you can move on this date, but then you like switch the date a whole bunch of times, that's just super annoying, right? So you don't want to do that to people. But usually if you're rehabbing a place and it's under construction and it's just like a construction site, it's dusty, it's dirty, there's materials everywhere, we usually don't show them, just because even though people are like, yeah, I don't mind, I'll take a look at it, it doesn't bother me. Well, most people it really does bother, right? They usually don't have a vision, a creative mind to really look towards the future. They really just see what's in front of them. So they walk in somewhere where it's like, it smells like wood chips and there's dust everywhere and there's 2x4s and a sink and a faucet and like all this stuff laying all over. Maybe it's not even laying all over, it's all organized, but maybe not everything's put together, right? Maybe a room's getting painted, right? A lot of people don't see the vision. You can sit there and explain them the vision, but they're just gonna see it and be like turned off by it, right? Where you can just wait. Maybe it takes another 2-3 days to complete that, that turn, and you can actually just show them the complete final product, which they'll be moving into, and they're, I think, much more likely to want to move into that place because it's nice and clean and refreshed and whatever you did to it and looking nice for them to move right into, right? They don't picture a construction site, right? So it's all case dependent, but if you are rehabbing a place, a unit, if you're doing a turn and you're like mid-turn and someone wants to see it, most of the time we don't show it. We just say like, hey, we're scheduling on this date, and let them see it on that date, right? And depending on the property, if it is in a nicer area, then we will show it while we still have tenants in there, mostly houses. And this is like Royal Oak area. All my rentals, I do that. And my vacancy is usually zero, and it's really sweet. And I always have good tenants, so they leave the place clean, send our guys in there, they do another deep clean, get all the cabinets, all that stuff, and then people move in, and it's like perfect. Maybe you gotta send someone in there and repaint a room or whatever, right? Fix a few things, but that shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 days, right? So ideally, if you play it just right and the tenants move out like a few days early, you can literally have essentially zero vacancy, which is like perfect. But that never works out that way, but when it does, it's a good day, right? So let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if you do any tricks on finding tenants or throwing tenants in there or try to knock down on vacancy. I'm curious to hear what other people do. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you next time.